close your eyes, would you dream for me some paradise? Tell me who you see, 'cause I think I do want you next to me. Want you next to me, but does this work? 'Cause I know I can't get to you, I like.
What's up, JR Business? Welcome back to the channel. So look who we're with today. Man, the myth, the legend himself,
Dan
Mr.
Dasilva.
Dan Dasilva.
Howdy.
Right
Thanks for
here.
having
Be
me.
sure, of course, follow him on all social media platforms. Everything will be linked down below because this guy is crushing it. And you guys see the title. That's a pretty big price figure in a short period of time. You're probably wondering, how is that possible? So we're going to dive into that a little bit. Let Dan go talk all about e-commerce, because that's what you do, of course, along with a bunch of other things, but we'll let you get into a little bit of that. And of course, we're joined here with Kieran, so we're gonna be doing all this stuff. So, well, let's get into it a little bit. So talk a little bit about yourself.
Cool.
Maybe
So-
what you do, how you started.
Sounds good. All right, so my name is Dan Dasilva. For those of you that don't know me, I run and operate very successful e-commerce businesses, specifically dropshipping businesses. We're venturing into actual in-house fulfillment now,
Nice.
but I made a ton of money, still making a ton of money, dropshipping products from like AliExpress, DHgate, Banggood, so many different
Right.
suppliers out there. And I got my start because I actually needed to pay my parents back. I got in a little trouble. I needed to pay them back around like $50,000, and I didn't know.
That's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. And I didn't know, at this point in my life, I wasn't really sure how to pay them back since I dropped out of school, had no degree or anything. And I found the Warrior Forum. Okay, it was like this internet marketing forum. I was like, okay, how are people making money?
All right.
And then I saw people talking about e-commerce.
Yeah.
So I linked up with some kid in Israel, and we actually played a game of FIFA. And then we were like, you know what? You're selling this on a forum, on a certain forum. He was selling services, and then he had money, but he couldn't move the money because of geographical where he was, and the fact that he was 14 years old at the time. So I was like, oh, it just so happens that I know about this business model called dropshipping. So our first month that we tried it, we did very, very well. We did 6 figures in the first month. So I know.
Shoot.
So I will say that there was a little bit of luck that went into that. Obviously given. Now the first month it was like a home run, but the first 2 stores that we tried in the first month failed. The third store was that home run. So now we are where I am today.
Dang.
Going
So
out there and creating
that
more
FIFA
stores.
that FIFA game changed your life, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's some crazy
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
That's just, holy moly. Okay, so proceeding from there, so you started to find some success with dropshipping. You're like, this is kind of fun. You don't have nothing's hands-on at that point.
I didn't have to
Money's
touch
coming in the
products.
bank.
Exactly.
You're like, heck yeah. So did you see how it was like scalable? And then you're like, okay, how can I grow this?
I did. So around 2 years ago or so, you can literally put anything up online and run a Facebook ad and it would sell. Like it would just sell 6, 7 figures in the long term, 7 figures in the long term, but 6 figures within a given month. It was super, super easy. Nowadays it's not as easy to just throw something up, put up a Facebook ad and you're selling.
A lot of
So
competition.
exactly.
Exactly. What you're talking
The market adapted to it. People started to really understand what dropshipping was and that they can go to a different source and get it for a different price.
Right.
So then you started to kind of have to develop around the market. You have to start using different sales techniques. You had to start pricing the products differently, having to start building out post-sale sequences. And I started to really have to learn about that because it wasn't like smooth sailing. It wasn't the first month I made a lot of money. And then all the way up until now, I made a lot of money. It was more so, okay, I made this much money until this amount of time. Like it worked until this point, and then I had to kind of refigure out what the market wanted, give them different products.
Gotcha.
And not every single product was created equally.
Gotcha. So that's why it's so important to that's why it'll help a lot if you have your niche and you know something inside and out. That'll give you that upper edge you need to compete with competition because it's fierce out there. And you need that leg up. So if you can have that by having more knowledge in the industry, having better marketing tactics, you just got to do something to level up above everyone else. So that helps. We were talking about that earlier.
Yep, it's mainly adapt or die at that point. It's like the mindset.
Yep.
It's either you adapt and learn what works, or you fade away. Because if you're still thinking that you can go out there and list a single product on a store and run a Facebook ad to it, and there you go, you'll be a millionaire tomorrow morning.
Right.
You're gonna learn the hard way that it's not quite that easy.
Right.
So maybe back then you could have done it. But
Yeah, I guess that's the sexy side of things. People see the big numbers and
Yeah.
all the cool things.
Yep.
They're like, this is easy. But no, it does take a lot of work. The concept may be easy to understand, but the back end of it is.
So speaking of big numbers, let's address what this video is
Right.
about now. So I want to talk about that. So this is a brand new store that I created, and it's more so without trying to reveal exactly the niche before everybody starts flooding it.
Yeah, right,
I did this one time when way back when I released that I was going into the gaming niche,
Yeah.
and in 3 months we destroyed. We did like 400,000 selling
Yeah.
gaming mice and keyboards. And the next thing you know was after that certain month period, everybody started creating a gaming store because I was documenting the entire process. So I'm very careful. I tread very lightly as to how much I reveal and what niche I'm in. But basically what I did was I found another ad, okay? And it was an ad that was running. And just to give you an idea, it was in the fitness marketplace. Okay. So and actually maybe you've seen these ads, but you know those ab vibrator things? Yeah. So I saw somebody selling that and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Now I'm not selling that. What I'm selling is they had different products on their store and they're selling a lot of different products on there. So I started to go through and there's like this little thing that you can do with Shopify stores at the end of the website is if you just add best sellers, like a certain line of code, it will show you all their best sellers. So I went to their best sellers and I took the top 3 and it was all different niches. So it was a store that was just kind of selling different stuff. And this is a generic store like this on how it's laid out is you put a bunch of products on there and you start advertising to it and then you see which one sells the best and then you take that product and move it over to its own store.
I was going to say, it's a little weird to see.
So that's how that works. But if I can go ahead and find that type of store without needing to run it on my own, they did all the hard work for me. So I took their top 3, built out stores, and the most important part in how I'm actually making money here is the upsells. So the upsells and post-sale sequences. I break even. Actually, I take a little bit of a loss on the initial product for the store. I did $102K.
So we were just talking about that.
Yeah. So the initial product's like $10, $12 depending on the variant that you want. But I'll end up paying like $15 to $18 for the sale, which I'm fine with. Technically, I lose money.
So he's losing money, but it's all in the nature of making money.
Exactly. So a lot of people play the short-term game where they want to make that one sale and then that's it, right? So when you start getting those customers in, and I told you this before too, literally just the basis of what I can give to anybody is if you have customers coming into your store, you can at least, whatever they spent, 3 times that, okay? 3 times that over the course of 90 days. And that's the base of how much you can actually make from them. So if you get them to spend $20 and the product costs you $15, for example, you're taking that $5 loss, but technically they're worth $60 to you over a certain time period. So at that point, if you're willing to go out there and pay more than your competition because your competition's too scared to go out there and take a loss on the front product, I'm not. So once you fully understand that, if you're able to go out there and spend more than them because they're not going to, they're watching that front end number, then you win. You can spend as much as you want. You can spend up to $59 to make a profit within 90-day time period. And that's a base. That's if you have only 4 or 5 products to promote within 90 days. Most people, if you go out there and have 15 to 20 products, you can go and hit a 5 to 10x on what they initially spent. So if they spent $50, within 90 days, you can 10x that with a certain amount of products in a funnel and have them spend up to $500. So true. So that's kind of how it's built out. And again, this is a brand new store. I'm not focusing on volume. I'm focusing on quality of customer. So that's the key here. It's not like I have 80,000 sales in the store. I probably have, I'd say, if I had to guess, 600, 500 unique buyers. So unique buyers. So if we're thinking about that, with $102,000 generated in revenue, and my profit margin is a lot higher than everybody else, even though I take a loss, I technically go negative on the front and go positive on the back, and the back is where all the money is made. Because I'll bundle stuff on the back. I'll take one product. Here's the thing, and I learned this from the fitness, from the supplement guys more than anything, is that if you go out there, right, and you buy a product, let's just say you buy a supplement, right?
Sure.
You buy a supplement, and then the next thing you get hit with is another supplement offer, but it's the same exact supplement. Now, why would you do that and not offer them a different product? Because it's proven that they want that product, so why not offer them more of that product in a different variation at a bundled deal with a huge discount? They already said yes, so give them what they said yes to. Give them more at a better deal. So that's what I started doing. Rather than going and try to test 300 different products, I would just group a 5 deal, so buy 3, get 2 free, and then go ahead and have a little bonus offer of, hey, get one more for free, and now they have 6 for the price of 2. They're like, yes, I'm taking this, buy, and they go crazy for that. And then over the next few days, it's not like I'm hammering them with offer after offer. What I'll do is, thank you so much. Hey, by the way, this is what we're going to be releasing in a few days. Here it is, only 10 left in stock. The next day is, listen, 24 hours left. We only have 3 more, and then close it down. And then what I'll do is, this is really sneaky, is I'll say, there were some that were damaged in the warehouse, so we want to give it to you for 40% off. We have 3 that were damaged. And then they'll be like, wow, 40% off because it was damaged. All right, I'll take it. So then I get more sales on that, and it's the same product over and over and over. Time to start
damaging more products.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. So, and I got that concept from a marketer who was out there, and he was selling mattresses. And he did this by accident. He I think he sold like $4 million worth of mattresses because he said there was a leak in the warehouse. Now, if you hear there's a leak in the warehouse with mattresses, you're like, I'm not buying that mattress. Yeah. But they ended up selling $4 million because only some mattresses were damaged. So they didn't sell those mattresses, but they used that as a marketing, gimmick that, hey, there was something wrong with the warehouse, but now you get this at a discount.
So
I was like, all right. I was like, that's great.
So you do a lot of your work in the back end. Yep. So I think what people are probably curious about at this point, like that, all that stuff is super awesome, but how do you get to that point where you actually have customers in the back end, right? So like, what does day one look like, and then where do you go from there to bring a store to $100,000?
That's a great question. Everybody works from the front backwards. I work from the backwards front.
Okay.
So I'll go out there and look at what I can bundle and then what I can get people in to buy that bundle. So if I find the top winning product, I'll see if I can add more onto that product, or I can go ahead and bundle that product and then work forward. Okay. So if I can figure out how I'm going to make the most money on the back, I can easily figure out the front. At that point, I could take a loss on the front because I'll know how much I can make on the back. So then I'll go ahead and cater everything. I'll create the store around knowing that they're going to have to buy this on day number whatever, and I'll cater everything based around, a centralized back end.
Yeah. That is so true. That last 4 minutes was just, there is so much information in there that you guys have to understand. You are so accurate, and that people, like you said, just on the front end, they just want to make that margin on the front end, and then they are done with that customer. Yep. You're losing that customer that you said can go 3, 4, 5x and above.
Yep.
That's money that you're leaving on the table, and that, oh my goodness.
You just have to think about it like this, okay? You know who mastered this? Amazon, okay? So here's the thing: if you buy from Amazon one time, the convenience you have, the buying experience you have, you're going to keep on buying. Everything that you want fast and convenient, you go to Amazon now. That's kind of what they coined, and they just keep coming back over and over and over again. When you have the ability to go to Jet.com, Walmart.com, you can go to tons of different places, but you go back to Amazon.
eBay's not as good about that. Like, you can buy one thing, and like they just don't get you coming back and back and back.
Nope.
Amazon makes it so easy to buy. What you can order from your Alexa now or whatever. Alexa, buy more of this.
Literally. You can order from your fridge, you can order from, I think there's somebody that I know who has a fridge where you can literally, if their water starts to run out, it'll say, do you want to buy more water? They click a button on their fridge and it buys it from Amazon right away.
What the heck? So it's the customer retention that is so valuable. Huge. Don't just, do that one sale and leave, or just like, I hear so many people being like, oh, my profit margins on this are crazy. Like, yeah, it's a crappy product, but hey, if I get that sale, we're good. No, you're screwing over that customer that could have been so much more down the line. So if you can retain that customer and continue to sell them things in package deals and bonuses, that's something I do huge on eBay. I always have buy 2, buy 3, buy 4, buy 10, get this, and just little perks or bonuses. Oh my goodness, they'll jump for it every time.
Bonuses push people over the edge. And if you can start stacking things, like bonuses, scarcity, like a special offer for a certain amount of time, which falls under scarcity. Yep. The more you can stack the sales techniques, the better your conversions are going to be.
It gives that leg up. It gives you the leg up you need. Yep. Moving from there, where do you want to take the store from here? Like I love the fact that nothing's limited. Right. There's no limit on how much you can do on an e-commerce store, and there's no limit to the amount of people out there. There's billions of people out there, millions that you can target. So where do you want to take it from here?
Personally, where I want to take it from here?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I build up stores like this, I have a main focus. There's every entrepreneur has like what they want to aspire to build, right?
Sure.
So we all have that one thing that we want to build, and we all have that stuff that make us money. But it's not our long-term vision.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what dropshipping stores are to me. Now, I know a lot of people watching this, they'll be like, well, $100,000 a month, I can live off of that. You're right? Yeah. I build these stores to sell them. So I might do like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 in a store over the course of like 4 or 5 months, but then I'll flip them for like 80,000 to 150,000 one-time shop. So I'm selling the customers, I'm selling all of that. And then I'll get that big money in, and then I'll go move that around to software. I'll move it in back to like, e-com dudes and building out more coaches in it, and just moving that money around. Because again, I can build that store out to something big, but it comes down to the point of, will I like this? In 2 years from now, if I still ran this store, would I be content with constantly running it, constantly, doing ads for it, making ads, getting new products, etc.? Yeah. Does it, make me happy, if you will? Can I sit there for 4 or 5 hours monitoring this? Well, am I going to thrive if I do that? That's kind of how I look at it, rather than just the quick. Because here's the thing: once you get to, our points, is that if we want money, we go out there and make money. Yeah. Like we kind of like have our own printing machines, if you will.
Yep,
I agree. Does it make us thrive? Do we enjoy doing it as much as building out our bigger vision?
I definitely hear you on that level, because with eBay, we've done incredibly well, but we kind of got to that point where it's like, we love it, it's fun, it's a lot of money, but like, what else can we do? And that's when we started the YouTube channels, because we're like, that is fun. That's our, that's really passionate, and we really wanted to expand our foundation and our base and just our impact on others and the following, like you've done with your YouTube channel, your Instagram, all that stuff. So I really do agree with you there. So balancing that fun, but while making a lot of money, it's just all a balance that you gotta really hone in.
So that's what I'm personally gonna do. But if somebody were to ask me, what should I do, and not for me, I would say keep building it out, okay? Because
especially if you're passionate about it.
Exactly, if you're passionate about it, and it's profitable, just cash in on it. Yep. Just cash in on it. Why not?
And strike while the iron's hot, guys. Like so many of these things with e-commerce, they can be hit or miss here, especially if they're a trend or a fad. Like, gotta go fast.
And one thing that I will say is, there's a lot of people who come into e-commerce, whether it's drop shipping, AliExpress, Shopify, eBay, whatever it is. People are going to come in and they're going to go at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? And they might not see success. There's a story that I absolutely love. It's the 3 feet from gold. I don't know if you ever heard of that story.
And the graphic
so
too.
close.
Yes.
You see all over Instagram.
And most people, they'll keep on going until their threshold where they give up, where if you just pushed a little bit more, you would have made it. And I think that's any entrepreneur that you ask, 3 feet from gold is literally their story, where they kept failing. But here's the thing, if you learn from what didn't work and then take what didn't work and never use it again and only take what works, you're gonna get to that point where you know what doesn't work and you know what does work. So you're only gonna get to a point where you know what not to do. So you literally can't fail at that point if you know what works, because you've tried everything that didn't work and know not to do it. So it's a learning experience. You can't go to Amazon and buy a learning experience in a jug and chug it, and then there you go.
And, oh my gosh, just hands-on, going out there and doing it and just trying it. You will learn so much faster. The people who just study up on things, like, I need all this information to start, and then I'll be successful. No, just go out there and start now and try some things, learn. Some things are gonna fail, like you said, your first few didn't work out like you planned, but you learned a lot so that you knew going into the 4th one, okay, this is what I need to do to make it work. So I think that's big, 3 feet away from gold. Just like YouTube too, like YouTube's so hard in the beginning. Anyone out there trying to start a YouTube channel, I understand how hard it is for the first 5 months on JR Garage, our 800,000 sub channel now.
Persistence.
It took, we have 20 followers and they were all my friends and family, but we just kept going, and we got there.
Absolutely.
So it's that story, and so much of entrepreneurship is that, like you said, it relates to every entrepreneur. You go and ask them. I'll tell you that story. So
let's end it off with Dan's tips to beginner dropshippers that may be watching this channel, and maybe they're they're dreaming, fantasizing about that $100,000 month. How do you get there? Just in terms of like motivation and how do they get started? How do they really?
So I'll kind of give like a 3-step process.
Sure.
So the first thing that you want to do is, you're going to see ads everywhere, right, of different stores. Reverse engineer it. Literally, if the ad is running on January 1st and then you see it on April 1st, nobody's letting an ad run for that many months without it being profitable. There's not one person that does that. So you're gonna look at that, you're gonna watch it, and I'm not saying wait 3 months, but take a look at ads that have a lot of traction on them, whether it's comments, whether it's likes, engagements, right? And see what they're selling. Then what you're gonna wanna do, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is that product, see how you can make it better. See how you can go out there and add on to it. One thing that I teach people is, you're gonna take a product, right? And you can easily find a dropshipper for it. You can go out there and add a product, an add-on, a bonus for like 50 cents to $1 onto that product, and make it look more powerful than the one that's already selling really well. And then you have the leg up over everybody else, because you have that extra little thing that your competitor that you initially researched on doesn't have. So you win in that aspect. And then the 3rd step is go out there, start a store, and actually run ads. Do something. That's the magic, okay? There's really nothing else to it. I know people want more, but that's it. That's literally That's literally it. There's nothing more that I can give to you.
Exactly, and I think that goes for a lot of advice in any industries. People give this advice and they're like, oh man, like easy for you to say, you've already made the money, and it's like, but then once you do make it, once you do see success, and you look back and you're like, wait, it really was that simple. So it really just comes down to getting over your own fear and starting. So
and one thing that I know is, everybody's always says, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Well, you're absolutely right, but if everybody knew how to do it, everybody would do it. See, the thing is, not everybody knows how how to do it, so it's not easy. If I ask you right now, go ahead and build me a rocket ship, you'd be like, well, that's not easy. Well, no duh. But if I ask a rocket scientist to build a rocket ship, it's easy for a rocket scientist. You know why? Because he actually does it, right? He actually goes out and implements. He starts doing it. He went to school for it. If you ask a dropshipper to build a store, it's easy for them to build a store. If I ask a regular person who has no idea how to do it, then they're going to say it's impossible to do. I don't know how to do it. It's because you've never done it.
Yeah.
So those that say, it's not easy. If it was easy to do, everybody would do it. Well, it actually is super easy to do. You just don't know what to do. And if you learn what to do, you're going to say, wow, it's actually easy. So that's the mentality shift.
Boom. So there you guys have it. That was some absolute fire. Thank you so much for inviting us down. We were over in New York City yesterday for the auto show. We had to hit up our boy Dan, and you were gracious enough to let us come by, film a video.
Yes.
We've been talking all day just about business stuff. He's killing it. Guys, go follow his social medias. You've got a YouTube page,
I do,
and
yep.
he posts all sorts of content. So if you want more nuggets, more expertise in this field, go check out his channel. And we'll be back again soon. We'll do some more content, and I can't wait to see what we do next. But can't wait to see what you do next. I love following you,
definitely,
and seeing
been a
all that you
pleasure.
got going on. Boom.
All right.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Like the video if you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a comment down below with where you guys are at in e-commerce. If you guys are in the field, if you want to learn more, we'd be happy to make more videos about it in the future. So once again, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.